So, game 2, LawLiet spawning on the bottom half here of Ancient It's under player's choice, that map is. So let's see if Lucifer can use it to his advantage and do something about it. And yeah, let's see. Altar of Elders it is for LawLiet. Moonwell is being constructed. Tree of Life is getting a few more wisps done. Ancient of War already in a good position here of the Augur Magi to creep that one. Pretty normal, pretty standard, nothing fancy. On the other side we have Lucifer's playing with their names with Spirit Souls, was performing really well to a certain extent on the first map, Secret Valley. He was doing fairly good. He had that strategy. That worked kind of well until he lost track of the Panda. Like, the Panda was kind of spiraling out of control. He had the full access of the map. He could basically creep every single camp that he felt like. But also, this was not due to the fact that Lucifer played really poor or bad. This was more like LawLiet being super smart, like being in two places at once, creating the opportunity to creep with the Ancient of War on the one side, and on the other side, as soon as the underplayer goes for that Ancient of War, he knows the timing window that he can creep another camp. So, really well executed, very smart, very well played by LawLiet there. Also Lucifer, until that happened, till the point where the Frostworm control was just like not on point, he was like in a decent position. He could still take it. I think like 55% win for LawLiet, 45% for Lucifer. But the moment you lose like 2 of your Frostworms, it's a huge commitment that you make with resources. And also in case of supply, it limits you from your army composition because you have 14 supply stuck in these 2 units. 5 supply in the Destroyer, I guess. So a lot of supply, almost 20 supply in 3 air units that you have to micro really efficiently to make it work. So it seems like Lucifer is going for this super quick tech again with the 20 supply ghouls, not getting a second ziggurat here. Will sell his town portal yet again to get the dust and the rod of necromancy. Yeah, he gets the round of lumber. Perfect. Starts teching even before the DK comes out. We're gonna take a look at the Tree of Life while we are watching LawLiet creep. So there's a wisp stuck. He waits for that one. You want to have that 21 supply wisp. It's the perfect amount of wisp that you will need as a Night Elf player. 1 archer, 1 hero, 21 supply is the magic border that you want to hit, the limit that you want to hit before you start teching. He gets the wisp out. Keep in mind, Undertake already started. And now we're gonna see Night Elf player started his tech. So it's not a huge advantage, but it opens up a small timing window where your Naga push can be really strong. And I feel like Lucifer should pull the ghouls right now. I'm not sure why he's keeping them in the base. Maybe he needs some more lumber. There is probably some calculation behind that, like a certain amount of lumber that you need before you pull them. But I feel if he had the ghouls right now running over to his opponent, he would be in a good spot. He could put a lot of aggression on him. He could try to get us around. He didn't even buy the Dust of Appearance yet. We'll probably grab that one at the shop sooner or later. 3rd Moonwell is constructed. One of the skeletons wants to get a few kills off the wisp there. So far, LawLiet doing a fairly good job of keeping everything alive. Another archer coming out. Can he surround him? Ah, barely missing that one. Too bad for Lucifer. The ghouls are still idling in the main base. 330 wood. Of course, you will need enough wood to get the slaughterhouse, to get the tier 3 and the lich. This is like roughly 100 for the lich, 150 for the slaughterhouse, and I think 210 or 230 for the tier 3 tech. So overall, it might be something like 500 wood that you will need. And this is not including fiends or statues or another ziggurat that you will probably need. But you don't need that all at once. He's now at 500 wood, and you should definitely get the ghouls going. He should definitely be aggressive in the face of his opponent. That Demon Hunter got like so much space right now. He can chase down the skeletons. He picked up the boots of speed. He got the additional movement speed that he will need. And now he's just like driving Lucifer crazy here. Finally, he's calling the ghouls. He should have gotten a second rod, I feel. Like, that will be really good for him. He doesn't have the Dust of Appearance. Can he get a surround? It feels like it. The Purge keeps him in position because the Purge is also lowering your movement speed to basically 0. Whoa! And he loses his hero! I don't think that this was intentionally. I think he definitely clicked for the town portal. First hero level 2 from LawLiet is gone. That was a little bit of a mismicro, but the ghoul should still make it to his hometown again. Demon Hunter is being revived. 1 minute on the clock. That opened up a window of time where Lucifer can pretty much do whatever he feels like. He should be tier 2 soon. Yeah, he's already taking to tier 3. Now he can get the Naga. He can dictate the pace of the game. If he's doing it smart, he can easily dictate the pace of the game now and be like aggressive after finishing that camp. Get the DK up to level 2, get another rod, and be in the face of LawLiet. Turns out to be a great game for him. LawLiet a little bit too greedy. by going for that camp here. Without, he even had the vision, even though the vision is not that great at night without ultra vision. He could have seen from the uphill to the downhill, could have seen the under player coming toward that location and could escape in time. Seems like he was busy elsewhere. He was like busy in his main base constructing a moonwell or something. That happens occasionally. We have the Panda with the Drunken first. And if you go on the aggressive right now against the Panda with the Drunken first, he doesn't have the Breath of Fire, then you can do like so much damage to him because he cannot deal efficiently with the ghouls. And yeah, let's see. He starts for some more creeping. Lucifer is falling into the pattern of like, I will just try and creep and go ahead by creeping. Usually, I don't feel that way. If you get a Naga, you have the big power spike. Naga is strong when it comes out, but it scales really bad into the late game. So you do not want to take it late game with a Naga. You want to have that push that is strong at a certain point where you hit a power spike, where everything that you have is pretty damn strong and stronger than the Night Elf. But if you are not going for that, I think you will find yourself in a lot of trouble in the late game. So level 2 for the Panda already without any trouble. Lucifer, for some reason, falling back into his main base. This is so not what 1-2-0 is doing all the time, the Chinese underplayer that is dictating the meta game nowadays. This is so not the strategy, and I don't think that this is the meta game that you want to play. Because LawLiet is so on point with everything. We have the Sentry Ward in position, but it feels like even with that Sentry Ward, he will be too late. He doesn't have the rod, he cannot get more skeletons if he kills an archer. So overall, it's not that great. Panda is level 2 already. The forces are way too small. Like 4 ghouls, Naga, DK. What can you really do with that? You can try to get a surround on that DK, on the Demon Hunter, but can you really pull it off? There is the Drunken, all the misses coming out. He got evasion, plus the miss hit chance that you get when your units are Drunken. And he tries to kill it with a level 1 coil. I don't know, I don't find any words for that. This is just sloppy and not well thought out. Of course, it's in the middle of the night. Maybe you get the kill nonetheless, but I don't really feel it. But yeah, it's in the middle of the night for Korea. It's already like 3 AM in the morning. Of course, you cannot play your very best Warcraft, but for some reason I feel that Lucifer is heavily struggling on the one hand, and on the other hand he might be intimidated by the performance of LawLiet. They have encountered maybe a couple of times and Lucifer got crushed, and ever since that you find yourself like in a desperate spot. Sometimes you build that kind of nemesis that you can just not overcome because you have this mental block of beating a player, because you will just have a really sloppy thinking process whenever you like face him. Maybe this is something like that, but I don't like to make this stuff up, so I don't know the exact history of these two players playing against each other. With the Lich now as the third hero on the field, he needs the Orb of Corruption, of course. It's not getting that yet. He gets the second Fiend. But triple hero, 2 statue, and the Destroyer upgrade, plus Frenzy would be the perfect timing to do some damage and be aggressive. So Altar of... we have the Ancient Wonders that is still not done, so no Staff of Preservation. Town Portal is still available because he lost his hero and didn't waste the Town Portal, so maybe this was all along planned out, stretched out plan. No Town Portal for the underplayer, keep that in mind. He sold it minute 1. So there's no evacuation plan. If something goes wrong, it goes horrible wrong all the way. Lich is out. Sentry Ward is in position to spot the movement. We do not have a healing scroll yet, but the Panda is also not level 3 yet, so... Seems like LawLiet just wants to go on the other side of the map and creep the red spot and steal it from the undead player. Probably heard that there was a Sentry Ward that was planted. Fiend and Destroyer upgrade. Destroyer upgrade is not through yet. Master upgrade should be researched. Yes, perfect timing for Lucifer to go for a push, but I think he lacks the Rod of Necromancy as well as the heal scroll. Another Sentry Ward in the middle of the main base of LawLiet is forced to go out of there. But the Panda already picked up the healing ward. Like, he already grabbed the big guy from the red camp and he got the healing wards, which will be awesome. Which will just be awesome. I would just throw down one immediately to heal up again to full HP. While I get that Moonstone going and some juice in my Moonwells. Another Fiend coming, 48 supply. To supply are still open to morph one of the statue to a Destroyer, which is of course nice. He's now buying a heal scroll, maybe a protection scroll on top of that. No, he's not going for it. So DK is being mana burned, he's still not level 3, he got like 200 mana, rejuvenation is immediately being used. Destroyer is not there yet, so he cannot dispel the rejuvenation, which might be a mistake, because if you don't have the Destroyer, why are you committing to a hero yet? Staff of Preservation on the Panda to Staff of the Demon Hunter is also ready and waiting for it. Yo, Lucifer, you gotta make something happen now. It's now or never. If the Panda hits level 3 and Demon Hunter hits level 3, if the army is growing and growing, I don't see you taking that game. You gotta make something work, and finally he is going for it. The Destroyer is up in the air, the Dispel is not there in time. Preservation, Staff of Preservation keeps him alive. That was super close, don't get me wrong. That was a nice attempt from Lucifer. Finally, good control kicking in for him. As long as there are no Destroyer on the field, I feel like his control is splendid. Not Destroyer, as long as there are no Frostworm. But the moment there's a Frostworm, he feels like, I got this game. 10 seconds later, both Frostworms dead, and he's like, okay, I probably lost. So now he's fighting against the creeps. While he's fighting, he needs to keep the Destroyer alive. There's still one heal scroll that he can use. He's not using that one. The healing ward is down. Heals the units up in a second. But that Destroyer is so damn important. He loses that one. He had mana for a call. Didn't use that one. He's going for the kill on the level 2 Demon Hunter. He doesn't get that one. The one Frost Arrow missed. And this is the reason why he stayed alive. But he will punish LawLiet by killing another bear. He's about to deny that one with the Panda. But so far, Lucifer's control is pretty good. He could have saved that the Destroyer, but in the end he almost got the kill. That was kind of close. And we also see Dust of Appearance being used. He was kind of questioning, is there a shade, or why do you see everything that I do all the time? Now gets rid of one of the sentry wards, but in total he found like 4 sentry wards this game. There's still 1 sentry ward available, and now Lucifer is going for the transition into creeping. Please do not go... Yeah, he's doing it again. He's going for Frostworms. Please don't do this to me, bro. Don't go for the Frostworms. You should have hit him in right now. There's 0 Moon Juice. If you have like 1 or 2 Destroyers, you can dispel the Rejuvenation. Do not open that one up. Do not open the box up that is about to hit you later. It's not the right call. If you give him time to get everything that he needs, I don't see him winning. But he can prove me wrong anytime. I don't mind. I would like to see Lucifer winning. I think he's a great player nonetheless. But this kind of approach, maybe if he explains it to me, I will understand it, because I'm not an under player myself. But this would have been the perfect opportunity to hit for me. Like, everything. Of course, there's an Ancient of War that might be disturbing, but you can get the 2 Moonwells. You can even get a Zapper. Then you can detonate 2 Moonwells. Like, maybe you could detonate even the top ones and go for the bottom ones. Speaking of, like, access to the laboratory and zappers and stuff, there was a scan going down. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Zeppelin drop coming on the gold mine. Now the shade comes in the perfect time. That is beautiful by Lucifer, spotting that, seeing what's going on. He just scanned for the shade. It wasn't there in the location, and now he could probably go for that. But is he going for it? Yes. LawLiet is kind of famous for his drops, and we see that Lucifer saw it. And this could be a nightmare. It can turn into a nightmare. It can turn into something that is really bad for him. The Wisp is spotting it. I'm glad that LawLiet got this one Wisp to get like the confirmation. Okay, are you in your base? Are you gone? Where are you? I really like that. The one Wisp checking the main base before he goes in with the Zeppelin. This was pretty damn smart. Maybe if you morph both of the Destroyers right now. Like absorb the mana, morph the Destroyer, absorb the mana from the Lich. But then you have 2 mana Destroyers. They can wreck the Zeppelin apart before he can fly to the ground. But of course, it's a risk. It's a risk that you either take or leave it on the field. I would have really liked to see that. Like, more of both Destroyers with mana, absorb the mana from the Lich and the mana from the one statue, and snipe that one. Immediately, like, fly from here. And then try to intercept it in the middle. Don't go from here, because then you are driving him to that location, and he got a decent chance of making it out of there. Just come from here, like from the middle. Yo, Lucifer. This is not going to work, mate.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, maybe the new metagame is really like you let your Frostworm and all the army, you let that one die, and then you are like, yeah, my race is just weak. Please buff Blizzard, please. He's like, baby, please, I need the buff. Not going to work. Now he can hit him with 65 against 50. He can probably go up to 60 supply, but 60 is not going to do the trick. Whoa! Now he needs to surround it. Come on, come on. Once in your life, Lucifer. Once in your life, you get this once in a life opportunity. Don't do it. Okay, just 1 unit died. He could have done this way better. Okay, he killed another Dryad. Okay, he killed like 3 units in total. 1 unit got blocked out. If you're completely surrounded with your entire forces, there's like no space where the units can drop. And if there's no space where the units can drop, they all die. They flat out die. It's like if you whap him down and if you're surrounded with like a bigger army and then you kill the Zeppelin, basically everything dies besides like 1 or 2 units. It's same like what happens if you kill it above the forest. But he didn't do it. Like either he doesn't know or he was like hesitating. Fight about to break out. 50 supply against the 72. Will we ever see like amazing Frostworm control from this guy? Level 3 Panther is hitting it hard. He staffed out the Demon Hunter already. The Bears are paying the price, but the Frostworm is being focused. There's only one more coil that remains. Can he keep that Frostworm alive? That Frostworm is his GG train out of this game. And that Demon Hunter is back there. But this seems not to be enough. It looks like LawLiet is losing the game here finally. Frostworm is all of the sudden in the position that he is not willing to be in any longer. Is now retreating above the forest. Demon Hunter is dropping fairly low. Needs to use that. Needs to use the potion here as well as the rejuvenation. It's not coming yet. Now it's rejuvenating. The Panther. The Panther. The Panther. Peter. The Panther is gone. The Panther is gone, and with that Panther, probably the tournament, no, not the tournament hopes, but at least that game. So Lucifer doing a really good job sniping both of the heroes. GG being called by LawLiet, and the undead choice of a map goes to their account of the undead player. So big shoutouts to Lucifer for winning a game with amazing Frostworm control. Big shoutouts to you, my man.